Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on Sunday, June 30th, in hot, scorching Georgia. Sitting in for Paul Harvey today. Stand by for the rest of the story. Well, there was this one gentleman. His name was Samuel J. Tilden. He had a okay career in the state of New York, and uh, he had decided, oh well, being from New York, and New York being a blue state even in those days, he would run for the presidency. Well, he picked an odd year to do that because everything was going wrong that year. Uh, it was the centennial of the United States, 1876. Samuel J. Tilden was a very well-respected Democrat from the state of New York, and you must remember that Ulysses S. Grant had just finished the second term, was finishing, and boy, if you want scandals worse than Clinton and worse than Richard Nixon, Grant was your guy. Anyway, the Republicans nominated a nobody guy from Ohio named Rutherford B. Hayes. I mean, Rutherford B. Hayes had absolutely nothing. I mean, Samuel J. Tilden would smash him in the election. So, but like I said, 1876 was bad because, for one thing, the United States was supposed to get the Statue of Liberty, and that fell through. He had to wait another 10 years to get it. So that was strike one. Number two, you had this blonde-haired guy in North Dakota or the Dakota territories over there chasing Sitting Bull. And next thing you know, you had Custer's Last Stand during the summer. And boy, that was bad. So they nominated their guys. Tilden got the nomination for the Democrats, and Rutherford B. Hayes got the nomination for the Republicans. November 7th, 1876, Election Day. And boy, did that turn out to be an interesting election. Well, as it turns out, you had Samuel J. Tilden winning the popular vote and 184 electoral votes. And you had Rutherford B. Hayes winning 165. But unfortunately, there was 20 disputed electoral votes from Florida, Louisiana, and South Carolina. There was one other vote that was called illegal from Oregon, but he was replaced, so he didn't count. So here we are in a mess because you have Samuel Tilden winning the election by a landslide on the popular vote, big time. I mean, big margin. And in the electoral votes, he had 19. But you see, you had 20. So that one vote there, if was were awarded to Rutherford B. Hayes, would make him lose by one. So this went on till well into the winter. And into January of 1877. And no, remember, in those days, the president took office on March 4th, not January 20th. So they still had time. It was bitter. I mean, Supreme Court ruled and everybody else came in. And what resolved it was what some historians call the Compromise of 1877, which was a backroom deal. and Senator Harris, Maxine Waters, Senator Booker, Mayor of Atlanta, Keyshawn Bottoms. All you Democrats should listen to this. There was a backroom deal that most historians will tell you happened because this is what happened after the subsequent political deal they said to happen. The Democrats and Republicans today have fiercely said no, but trust me, look at the evidence. The historians are right. What happened was the 20 votes from those states, Louisiana, South Carolina, and Florida, those are southern states, were awarded to Rutherford B. Hayes. Interesting, huh? And then there was a subsequent shake of hands in the back room there that the Republicans were in Reconstruction and the federal troops will leave and all Republicans will leave the South. Therefore, that election, those are the last states that ever voted Republican till the late 20th, early 21st century. For the next almost 100 years, it became the Solid South. And Jim Crow laws. The Republicans wanted the presidency so bad they caved to the South. The South went up and started their Jim Crow laws here and reestablished the Southern supremacy, which lasted, like I said, for another 100 and plus years. Segregation. You hearing this, Senator Harris? And you are a member of the Democratic Party, which has never apologized to you for this underhanded deal. Neither has the Republican. So, before you start talking again, read your history books. This is your favorite alien, sitting in for Paul Harvey, and this is the rest of the story. Good day.